1969. The lamb footbeds are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches, although the surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass is very fine.
What you need is the rocket experience. All you need is the rocket experience.
I'm an honest person, and I tell you I was on the moon. If you choose not to believe me, forget it.
Bullshit.
Hey, that's a great shot right there. We see you in there. Guess that's Neil and Mike. Better be, anyway.
Okay, class, today we will be looking at the proudest moment in American history, the Apollo 11 moon landing. Here we can see Neil Armstrong taking that historic first step and becoming the first man to walk on the moon. Yes, Timmy?
Who shot that?
What?
Who shot that footage?
What do you mean?
Well, if Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, then who's holding the camera?
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Well,
Who's out there with the camera?
No, I know what you're asking. I'm just...
Very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder.
Could have been like a tripod, or... No, that's not.
Tranquility Base,
Oh.
Hey, Mario! Wherefore art thou?
Would you like to yell at the moon with Buzz Aldrin?
If you have a concern about whether it's going to work, it's too late to think about it then. You should have thought about it months before and asked some questions of people.
Did you?
No. There was no way that anyone in the crew could assure themselves that everything was going to work properly. We had to rely on people who were well qualified to put all of that together. You have to have that faith that these people are going to do the best job that they can, just like they had the faith that we were going to do the best job that we possibly could. And that's why I think we're so spring-loaded to the be alert position. Everybody given that kind of an opportunity wants to look good. We want to look good too. Where you mix the absurd with the real. And I've been to the moon. What do you think about that?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Oh my God!
Okay, I'm going to leave that 1 foot up there and both hands down about the 4th rung up. There you go. Okay, now I think I'll do the same. For those who haven't read the plaque, we'll read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this lamb. There's 2 hemispheres, one showing each of the 2 hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Dear men from the planet Earth, first set foot upon the moon, July 1969, AD. It came in peace." I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene. That's all right, I don't mind a bit. How is the quality of the TV? Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is. Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent?
How would you get there?
In a rocket ship.
That's just like what you have here.
Yes.
Yeah, and the rocket comes from here, and there's the spacecraft.
Yeah, the spacecraft is up here.
Yeah, and what is this here?
That's the Earth.
That's the Earth. That's the moon?
Yes.
And the eagle?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like to do that?
When I become an astronaut, I will have the same shirt as you when I come to Sesame Street.
July 1969.
Now, when this photo was first displayed to the public back in '69, what they done, they sent a photo of this to just about every newspaper around the world. They couldn't send it by email or by internet because we never had the internet. So what they must have done is sent just paper photos. And let me assure you that all those newspapers around the world that received them, they've still got them in their archives. And if they do an article on this Buzz Aldrin, this is the photo they will be using. They haven't changed it year after year. They've still got the original photo. Now, only in the last year to 18 months, Jarrah White done a video on this Buzz Aldrin, and a NASA numbskull, Astrobrant, accused Jarrah of faking the photo because he said this is not the NASA photo. What that insane idiot didn't realize is Jarrah got his photo from an Australian newspaper, which was the first ones that were put out around the world. That idiot have now had to apologize for getting it wrong and accusing Jarrah of faking the photo. Now, over the years, some professionals have started questioning the authenticity of this photo. Many have stated it can't be on the moon because he's got a spotlight on him, which is obvious to see. So, what happened there is, now and again, NASA have altered the photo to try to even out the light around this astronaut and make it look as if he has not got a spotlight on him. Now, what I can assure you is, between the two sites, the Project Apollo Image Gallery showing this photo, and another popular one, the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal, I can show you 6 different versions of this photo where it's been altered time after time and using Photoshop. And here is one here, and as you can see, it's been Adobe Photoshopped. And what did they do? They cropped the photo smack to the top of the helmet. Now, every one of you should appreciate, if a photo is genuine, when taken, there should be no need to alter it at all. There should be nothing suspicious about it, should there? Now, nobody can dispute the fact that this photo was taken in the year 1969. It is here on the National Geographic from 1969. But at the time, NASA never appreciated the level of technology we would have today, and the computers and the software we would have for examining these photos. Now, in the last video of mine, I displayed a very, very serious anomaly, something nobody has ever noticed before, and that is this original Buzz Aldrin photo. He never had an aerial, folks, as you can see in the crop photo coming up. Now what that means is no aerial means no radio, means no communication, means not on the moon. That is something I displayed in the last 2 years. And what did that lead to? It led to NASA altering the photos, folks, and I shall show you in a minute what they done. There you are. I've cropped that photo, the helmet, from the National Geographic, the original photo, and as you can see, folks, there is no aerial on this astronaut. No aerial means no radio, means no communication, means not on the moon. So, what could NASA do about that? Well, as I just told you, they distributed that photo to thousands of newspapers all around the world in the year 1969. So they couldn't correct that situation by adding an aerial on, because there are thousands or millions of these photos showing no aerial. So what did they do? Well, I shall soon show you how they got around that problem. There you are. Take a look at this photo. What we've got here is a schematic layout of this Buzz Aldrin and his suit. And note what they've got. They've got arrows showing the helmet, for anyone who don't know what a helmet is. They've got an arrow showing emergency oxygen. They've got an arrow showing life support, an arrow showing joints, an arrow showing layered suits, an arrow showing boots, for those who don't know what boots are. They've got an arrow showing gloves. They've got a remote unit. They've got a neck ring, and they've got a visor. But can any of you see an arrow showing an aerial? No, there's not one here. There never ever was, folks. That is proof that it is fake and was never taken on the moon. Now, here's a version I downloaded from the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal just about 2 years ago. Now what you can see they've done here is they've evened out the light around the suit to try to hide the fact that he had a spotlight on him, on his left side or left rear. Now, what I want you to take a look at is above the helmet. You can see a gap, you can see the black sky, but you cannot see an aerial. Now, even up to 2 years ago, they hadn't cottoned on to this anomaly that he never had an aerial. It's only when the brilliant expat Taffy showed it, they decided they had to alter the photo. Now, before I show you what they done to correct that anomaly, take a good look at him here. What I want you to pay particular attention to is the white figure in the helmet, which is supposed to be Neil Armstrong taking the photo. Now just look how bright the so-called Neil Armstrong is in the helmet. Now, what I have done here is darkened this photo down to full settings in my software. And what you can see is Neil Armstrong in the visor has not darkened down at all. And another thing, you can see that the only source of light on this astronaut is on his left side. This is proving that another NASA shill, Astrobrandt, is talking complete nonsense when he said that all the light on this astronaut is coming up from the ground. You can't see any light coming up from the ground in this photo or the next one, can you? There you are. This is where I've darkened it down another 2 settings again. You can definitely see there is no light coming up off the ground to light up this Buzz Aldrin. It's all on his left side, definitely a spotlight. But another thing, despite 4 complete settings darkening down, just look at Neil Armstrong in the visor. He hasn't darkened down at all. Now that's something maybe some photographic experts can explain, because I can't explain it. Now folks, as far as that missing aerial is concerned, as I just said, there is no way they could have added on an aerial, because there are most probably millions of these photos around the world showing no aerial. So what did they do? Well, here's what they done here. I've brightened up this one for you to see. What they done is cropped the photo smack to the top of the pack and the helmet. And that is simply to hide the fact that there is no aerial, hoping that people wouldn't notice and wouldn't question it. That's what they done. Sorry, Marcus, you got it wrong when you said they cropped the aerial off. They did not. They cropped the black sky off to stop anyone seeing that there was no aerial in the first place. No aerial means no radio, means no communication, means not on the moon.
I'm going to step off the left now. That's one small step for man,